It is officially Pride Month, so I thought we could build a house in The Sims, but every room is a different pride flag. I'm not sure which world I want to build in. It's going to be a very colorful build, so let's go to Ciudad and Enamorada. I think this lot could work really nicely. I love all the purple trees, and I don't think I've ever built on this one before, so let's get a shell going so we can start spinning for some pride flags. I'm kind of tempted to make it look similar to what we're seeing in the background here, so we might do something like that. I think probably something simple like this. Maybe we'll do one more bump out on this side. Okay, I think this is the shape we're gonna go for. I haven't picked out any windows or painted anything yet because I want to leave that up to whatever color scheme we're going with for the outside. So this is the wheel we're going to be spinning. I have a bunch of different flag options on here. I believe these are all ones that are actually in the game, but we're going to be using the color schemes for each of these to inspire each room in this house. So for the exterior, we are going to have the Asexual Flag. I will pop a picture of it on screen now, but the Asexual Flag is black, gray, white, and purple. And I want to make this video a little bit educational as well. So if you're not familiar with asexuality, it's basically a either complete or partial lack of interest in sexual activity, and it very much exists on a spectrum. So not everyone that's asexual is going to have the same feelings towards those things as others, but I think it's a really cool one to start with, and I love the color scheme. So purple, gray, black, and white. We have like no purple in the game. I feel like every build I do lately is wanting me to use purple, and that's really difficult. So let's start here and see what we can do. I do know we have a purple from Lovestruck, which I have used recently, so I am tempted to do that. Very purple house. It matches the purple trees. I guess I picked the right neighborhood for this one. We could easily have a black roof here. That would make a lot of sense. Cute. I'll just get a white trim on that to match with the colors. And let's lift this up on a foundation. See if we have some nice black columns. I feel like I want something that's a little bit on the thicker side to hold up this balcony. Maybe something like that. Maybe this for the spandrel. That could be kind of cool. But now I'm kind of tempted to turn all of the trim to black. I actually really like this color scheme. It's different than anything I've done before for the exterior of a build. What kind of windows would I want on this house? I know I want them to be white, so I guess I'll just filter by that. I guess they could be black and white, like maybe the ones from Seasons. I almost never use these anymore, but I don't know if that's what I want here. Ooh, these ones from Realm of Magic might be really nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Can I lower this down just a tad? Nice. Okay. Okay, I changed up things a little bit. I added this gray paneling here, and I changed the columns and added some fences. I think it's looking okay, but I have a little bit more to do. I love these purple trees. They are so pretty. I'm so glad that we rolled a flag that is primarily purple for the exterior here. I think this is our asexual exterior done, with the exception of one thing I wanted to add. I'm just going to place this right over here, and that looks pretty good to me. Actually, I think I'll place it down here. Now we have to create a floor plan, and then we will roll for each room. All right, this is our floor plan. You walk in and you are in the entryway. There's a little bathroom here. I'm thinking this room over here could be sort of an office. This is like the back room, mud room, how you leave the house. I don't have a door and windows right there right now, so I will have to fix that. We're gonna have a dining room here, the kitchen and the living room, and then upstairs you have a hallway, 3 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms. So I think we will start by spinning for the hallways. And both of our hallways are going to be the man-loving men flag, or the gay flag. Just like before, I'm going to pop the flag up on screen, but I'm also going to place it in the hallway. So this is the color scheme we're going to be using for the hallways. It's a really pretty like teal to blue color scheme, and I think this is going to look really nice here. So I'm going to select blue and green and see what we can come up with. Ooh, that's a really good color. I think we'll go with blue for the stairs. Maybe a nice teal flooring in here. I think that's kind of fun. Ooh, this railing. I think that's gorgeous. This one's from Jungle Adventure. Ooh, the color difference is wild between floors. Look at that difference right there. Maybe a little sofa right there, a little love seat would be nice. I'm tempted to use this version of the flag instead because it's just such a cute little flag. So I might put that over here, which gives me space to put this beautiful artwork right there. Maybe this one as well. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze. I'm trying to think where I can put everything. Maybe this one will go down here. We can have that up on the steps. Oh, I can get a little reading light up here. I actually really like that idea. Maybe this sim is really into books. So I'm gonna grab some stuff from the Book Nook kit. Yeah, that looks cute. Also gonna add a hook over here to hang your keys on. Maybe a little bit of a funky mirror. And these curtains are perfect. Just gonna grab a small rug and a plant for the corner, and I think the entryway is done, but we do still have to finish upstairs. And there is the hallway complete. I kept it pretty simple because it's just a hallway, but I'm pretty happy with how that came out, especially the entryway. I think it's really cute. I think next we will roll for the kitchen, which will be pangender. So I'll have the pangender flag up on screen now, and I've gone ahead and placed it in the kitchen, which is a really beautiful color scheme. I'm very excited for this one. But if you're not familiar with what pangender is a non-binary and kind of multi-gender identity. Basically a person whose gender identity encompasses more than one gender, and that can be experienced simultaneously or more in a fluid fashion. There are so many definitions to pangender, so I would highly recommend you check those out. I will have a bunch of resources in the description. But with that, let's get started on our kitchen using this beautiful color scheme. Immediately, I really want to see what we have that's like this peachy color, but I also think yellow counters would be really nice. And I am kind of thinking the base game ones, but the cottage living ones have this beautiful countertop, which I feel like really complements the colors in the flag. So I think we're going to go with that one. It's already so cute. Maybe get a window over here. I wish the curtain on this wasn't blue. What is the color on the white one? Oh, it's yellow. That's perfect. I'll do that. This peachy color is kind of similar. I'm not sure that's what I want on the walls though, because I would like to have some tile, but maybe that could be the walls for the rest of the room. Let's look at pink for tile. I want like really pastel, and I feel like the tiles we have are not that color. I mean, these ones aren't horrible. I just don't love this base game tile, but it could work. Get a beautiful sink right here. This oven is perfect. I think we'll just get a like basic stove. I want to kind of bring in the gold that I have on the sink, and I should probably do the same with the fridge. So I'm thinking maybe this fridge. Ooh, this tile could be really cute in here. And there'll be a separate dining room, but I would also kind of like to have a small dining table in here. This one might work. It's a little bit of a darker orange, but I feel like it kind of gets the vibes of that creamy color in there. Or we could get one of these with the tablecloth. It's the right color, but it feels a little bit fancy. Oh, this one has the correct color on the top of the table. That's kind of interesting. It's very modern, but it's not what I ever use, so I might try that. Oh, this color is perfect too. Wait, I might use that instead. These chairs, that feels like it matches very well. Yeah, I'm going to pair it with this table. That is so cute. It is begging for some yellow flowers. And then I'm just going to go through and add some clutter, like a little curtain, cutting boards, of course. Can't forget that. Some bags for grocery shopping, a pink coffee pot, some artwork, and a couple of aprons. Then just going to grab a cute hutch over here and a trash can. Oh, it's so cute. Just gonna grab a small rug to put under this table, and that is this room complete. I think the pangender kitchen came out so cute. Look at all of these colors. I love it. I think this is my favorite room so far. So which room should we do next? We just did this one, so I'm kind of thinking we go into the dining room next. And our dining room is going to be based on which flag? The general rainbow LGBT flag that we're all very familiar with. So it's going to be a rainbow room. That's going to be very exciting for dinner parties, to be honest. And I think it works really nicely because I'm probably going to have a bunch of different sexualities and gender identities that are living in this house based on the bedrooms upstairs. And so the place they all come together to eat, being a very rainbow all-inclusive room, I think is beautiful. And I think my wedding stories actually has a lot of rainbow stuff. So we're going to start there. It does. Look at that table. It's perfect. Do I go all out with the rainbow chairs? I think I have to. It's a rainbow room. Ooh, maybe I'll put it on a diagonal like that. I'm not sure we have rainbow wallpaper, but I will look. I mean, this exists, but I don't really want to use that. But I might have to because it does feel like one of the more rainbow wallpapers in the game. I don't know if we have anything else that's that colorful. I'm trying to think if any of these have something. Oh, this would have been good in the first room, actually. I might bring that in. Why not? Let's put that on that wall and then bring it up. Or maybe not on that wall. But I think I will bring this upstairs a little bit. That's really pretty. And it ties in with the curtains, so it feels correct. Fun. Okay, but back to the rainbow room. Oh wait, I think there's a tile that's rainbow, but it's probably going to be a little bit busy. Yeah, is that better or worse? I actually think it might be better. I kind of like it. So maybe we should do something a little bit more toned down on the floor, or we could get really fun carpet too. I'm kind of feeling purple shag. I think that's probably a good idea. I love it. And then I think my wedding stories also has rainbow curtains. Maybe. If not, the colors on these are still really pretty, so we might use them. It's so bad. Okay. Well, I guess we're committing to this. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Gonna get some more of these curtains over here. Beautiful. Just gonna have some more windows in here with some more curtains. Does it really tone down the rainbow? Not really, but I do like it. There is a giant rainbow in Get Famous. So I'm gonna see if I can find it and see if we can make it work in this room, because I feel like it's a necessity. Look at it. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Especially because you can see the shadow of it like outside, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know, I'll keep it big maybe, and it can just be through the center of the room. It's okay if it's sticking through the wall. We can ignore that, right? It's so worth it for that view. Happy Pride! Oh goodness. Ooh, maybe these like fruit flowers. I never use these, so this could be an interesting time to use them. Just put that there. Just gonna get a couple of candles here. We can get the rainbow buffet table. Stick that over here in the corner. Might as well also get the champagne bucket. And we'll get some really pretty pride artwork on the wall. Of course, gotta include our big rainbow flag. And then I think maybe in this corner, we might just have an extra chair and a plant. You can always pull up another chair if you have more Sims dining here. There we go. And I think that is our rainbow flag LGBTQIA+ dining room. So next up is the living room. What will it be? Polysexual. So this is the color scheme we're going to be working with for the living room. And if you're not familiar with what polysexual is, it's basically a sexuality where you are attracted to multiple genders, but not all genders. So it can vary from person to person, but it is essentially that, multiple but not all. And these are our colors. So I'm going to get rid of this couch and figure out how I want to start. Pink, green, and blue. This is such a colorful house so far. So I guess I'm gonna filter by those colors for the couch. Pink, green, blue. And see what comes up. That is kind of the green color, sort of. That one is not quite. The pink is sort of this base game magenta, which is not my favorite, but we will try and find a way to make it work. Ooh, wait, this one could be good. It's that same color, but it's a little bit more of an interesting shape. Yeah, I think that's a good starting spot. As far as flooring, I'm kind of thinking we might go with another shag rug in here. Let's see what colors we have on this. There's a green, there's a blue. I feel like that's similar. And I want to look at green wallpapers. That might be perfect. This is not the way I would normally decorate in the game, so this is really fun for me. I think we definitely need some pink curtains. If we can find ones in the right color. Maybe these. I wish they didn't have the gold, but I think we can deal with it. They match pretty well. Definitely gonna get some pillows up here. I feel like that always makes such a huge difference. Did I have the pink one too? Feels a little too dark. Yeah, maybe I'll just have another blue one over this way. I actually think there is a painting from Love Struck that is pretty much the exact colors we need. This one. That's pretty close. I like that. I think we'll swap out for this flag in this room as well. Cute. Ooh, this is the right color green. I think that works really nicely though. Ooh, what about this lamp? Maybe we'll have two couches. Like a moment like this maybe? Or it could be on this side. Yeah, I think that works. Just gonna get more cushions. So we have a green coffee table. There's this one, this nice minty one. Oh wait, the fish tank is the exact color we need. When do I ever get the chance to use that? Wow. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with that one. And the corner is kind of like screaming for a plant, and I feel like that might be the correct one. I think I'm also gonna add a couple of extra windows on the top over here, and then probably a TV on this wall. Oh, the colors on this TV are perfect. Make it like a massive frame TV, and then maybe I will use some of the base game cabinetry as like the TV unit down here. Yeah, I like that. And then just like a little blue chair in the corner. This is such a fun room. Once again, very pleased with how this came out, even though it's way different than I was expecting. So that is our polysexual flag room. I think it's a really cool one. Let me know what you think. And we're gonna move on to our next room, which is going to be our office. That's kind of like a sunroom. We've been getting some really interesting spins today, so let's see what's next. We got the trans flag, which I think is the perfect time to give this reminder that trans men are men, trans women are women, and you are valid. And the things that are going on in this world right now to target trans individuals are absolutely horrible. And I just want you to know that you are safe here, you are accepted here, and thank you for still being here. With that, just grabbing our pride flag right quick. It is blue, pink and white. I'm very familiar with this flag. And just like with the other ones, if you're not familiar with the transgender flag, transgender refers to an individual whose gender identity does not match the one that they were assigned at birth. And the flag is really pretty. Oh goodness, maybe pink walls in this one because we did blue before. I guess we've done all of the colors on the walls at this point. Just gonna try and get one that's similar enough to the flag. Maybe that. I just have like a strong urge to use this shag rug in like all of the rooms, so I might. And this might be a good time to use this version of the flag that we got in a base game update fairly recently that has all of these other decals on it. I thought that that could be fun for an office, so let's do that. And then I'm also thinking potentially the pastel pop desk could work really nicely in here. Yeah, look at that color. Look at a couple of different options. Ooh, the blue. I think the blue one might be the winner here. Get a nice gamer PC, nice pink chair. Maybe a record play over here would be nice. I think I'm just gonna use these base game pink curtains in here. Kind of like the tone-on-tone look of these against the pink walls. Yeah, that's cute. Just gonna get some pink flowers up here and probably some clutter from the comfy gamer kit. Yeah, this is gonna be perfect for this one. I like pink and blue everything. Well, the little kitty photo, I love that. I love this room. I think it looks so cute. I'll do the blue on that. I want to add some more blue, but I really like this chair. So I'm trying to figure out if maybe there's a good blue cushion that could go on that chair. I feel like it's not quite the right color, but I think it'll work. That's very cute. Then maybe I will get a hanging plant in here. Ooh, that one's pink. That works. And then it'd be kind of nice to add maybe one more skill item in here. I'm kind of thinking potentially we have a yoga mat. Oh, that's the instructor one. Oops, this one. The pizza one feels perfect. Just place that there. And I think our trans office is complete. All right, all we have left now is our back exit, this bathroom, 2 more upstairs, and 3 bedrooms. I guess we'll start with the exit downstairs, and then I think all 3 bathrooms are going to be the same. So the back mudroom, we are going to be doing the Omnisexual flag. Omnisexuality is a sexuality where individuals are attracted to all genders, but gender does play a role in their attraction. And this is the flag. It's pink, blue, and like a dark, almost like navy black color in the middle. I might actually look up exactly what color this is. I think it's a purple, but that is the color scheme we're going to be working with in our like back hallway here. And I'm going to see if there's a version of this flooring that could work since we do have tiles like this in the front hallway. So it would be kind of nice if we could do the same back here. Like maybe the pink one could work. It's not ideal. I'm gonna see what other pink floorings we have that might work a little bit better. Not many. We don't have that many pink floors, and I'm already using one in one of the other rooms. Might go with this tile. That's a pretty good match on the color, I think, for the blue. I don't know if we're gonna have a dark purple like that though. We have this purple. It's not perfect, but I think we can go with that. It's a pretty color. And I don't have anything specific I want this back hallway to have. So I'm debating on if we should make it more of a functional space, like have some more skill building. That could potentially be good. And that has me thinking, what colors do our standing pianos have in game? Let's take a look at these swatches. It does not look like they have the correct colors, but this is so pretty. I love that swatch. I might see if I can put a wood floor in here and get a pink carpet instead. I think that's throwing me off a little bit. Get like a floor like that. Ooh, wait, maybe one of these could work? The like colors are the right colors. They're not the same shade, but they are nice. Or I could go with this to bring in the pink. I actually really like that. That's really fun. Oh, what if we put like a bar in here? That could be a good use of this space. And I love this one from Party Essentials, so I think that would look really nice here. Maybe I'll move this back to be up there. I also think there's a bar back that hangs on the wall that has a mirror on it from Love Struck, because I was gonna put a mirror above this, but I might be able to just grab it. Maybe not. That's a whole bar back piece. It's not really what I wanted, but maybe I could tuck it in. Do you think that will work? Maybe not. I thought there was a bar back piece that hung on the wall. I guess I am wrong. It wasn't from Love Struck. It was from Businesses and Hobbies. I was like, I know there was something. I found it. Cute. All right, I added a couple more things and I think this room is done. We have our bar over here with a little plant. There's our mirror, our flag, and then over in this corner, I have a little bit of artwork and a place to hang up a coat. Just a small back hallway, so I didn't think it needed too much, but now we're gonna roll for the bathrooms. There are 3 of them. I think they're all gonna be the same. Oh, I just realized this is clipping through the floor. That might be a problem, but without further ado, let's roll for the bathrooms. Unfortunately, Pansexual did not get the kitchen. We did not get the pans. We got the bathrooms. I guess we got the bedpans. worlds. Anyway, this is my sexuality. I am pansexual, and we're gonna decorate the bathrooms using the flag colors. Since it's such a small space, I think we're gonna use the smaller flag, which looks like so. Pansexual refers to somebody who is attracted to people regardless of their gender or sex. And I think the tile we used in this room, the rainbow one, I think might come in pan colors, if I am remembering correctly. I mean, it has this one. Does it have a more vibrant version, or is that the main one? I think that's the main one. We might go with that though. That's kind of fun. I'm gonna see if there is a matching tile from Love Struck. I don't think it has the variety to it, but it should have the same tile. So I think we'll go with the blue on the floor there. This is a downstairs bathroom, so I don't think it needs a shower. So I'm gonna go with just a sink and a toilet, maybe washer and dryer. I don't know what we have in pink though. I feel like this is not a color I use very often in bathrooms. That one's kind of cute, but this one is bold. I think we need to do that. Ooh, that's really funky. I think that's a yes. And then I think the toilet's gonna go over here. Not really a good color. Is there a blue one? Wow, this is quite the bathroom. Just gonna get some toilet paper, a little bit of clutter up on the back seat here. Maybe a little cabinet here. I mean, it's quite big, but we can move all this over. Yeah, I don't mind that. That brings in the yellow a little bit more. Although that would be good above the toilet. That's a better color. Oh no, I think we might have to do that. Let's move this over here. I don't need that there. Can probably go over there. I feel like I'm running out of like narrow plants to throw in corners. Maybe this one. Definitely gonna need a yellow towel here. And I'm kind of thinking maybe this actually goes over on this wall. I also sort of want to put a full length mirror, but I don't want it to be directly across from the toilet. So maybe we tuck it over that way. I don't know. Do we need anything else in here, or is that pretty good? It somehow feels empty. Oh wait, we need a litter box. I can't make a house for Pride without having a cat here. Let's go ahead and get this little litter box over here. Be in the pink. Ooh, the orange kitty though. That's close enough to yellow, I feel. That's fairly cute. With that, I should probably put some food bowls for a cat somewhere. Really depends on what room. This room has pink, but it's like muted pink. It has yellow though, so this one should work. Let's just scoot that over. There we go. Perfect. And then I think we're going to carry this color scheme into the other two bathrooms. The upstairs bathrooms are decorated now too in the pansexual colors. They are slightly different because they have a shower tub combo, but I pretty much kept them the same as the one downstairs with a lot of the same items, but I think they came out pretty cute. With that, we are on our last three rooms, which are all bedrooms, and we're going to start by spinning for this first room in the front here, which we'll be decorating based on the lesbian pride flag. I'm actually super excited because we did get new beds with that pride update, and the lesbian flag is on that one. So I'm going to grab that real quick and pop up the lesbian flag on screen. And of course, the lesbian identity refers to women who are attracted to other women. And the color scheme is one of my favorites. Pink and orange, so good together. I love it so much. So definitely going to use this bed. I also want to use this same piece we used downstairs for the trans office, but obviously in the lesbian colors. This piece right here. It's so pretty. And for the walls, I'm thinking probably something a little bit more orangey in tone. Maybe, I'm not sure. That's really pretty. I think I'll use the same wood that I used downstairs. And then I might put another window over on this wall. Maybe over there. We definitely need a pink rug of sorts. Oh, that one is beautiful. Pastel pop. I love that. This is another item that we got with the Pride update, and I feel like this would work beautifully in here as well. I'm gonna place that over there. Ooh, maybe these bedside tables from Love Struck. I like that pink color. That's pretty. I'm gonna grab these flowers with a candle over here, and probably a nice hanging plant on this side. Some books and a phone, and then I think over here we might put a mirror up above this. That one matches the wall so well. I think I'm gonna go with that. Also gonna grab some orange curtains. I don't know if I've ever used these. I think they're from Parenthood. The chair that's in the corner of every bedroom is a must, so I'm gonna place that. And then over here I think we will put our dresser, and I'm kind of feeling maybe one of these clothing racks. It has the right colors. Just get some of those hanging up there, and maybe some other little knickknacks and closet things. Get some shoes down here. I think that works pretty well. I do kind of want to change the wall color on a couple of the walls to this pink though. Yeah, that's fun. And then we just need a big mirror on this wall. And I'm thinking this one you can sit on the floor and do your makeup. And I think I'm gonna have this sim play guitar. So I'm gonna place that down in here as well. And then finish up this room with some posters. And there is our lesbian pride inspired bedroom. Let me know how you think I did on this one. Moving on to our second to last bedroom. which will be gender fluid. This is the gender fluid flag, and gender fluid is essentially somebody who does not identify as having a single unchanging gender, so they're way more fluid in it, as the name suggests, gender fluid. So it could change from day to day or over time. And our colors are pink, white, purple, I believe black, and blue. I might be reading the colors wrong on screen, but that is what we're working with for this bedroom. I'm not sure this is one of the ones that we have a bed for. I don't think we do, but we could use this one, assuming that is black. I believe it symbolizes like the lack of gender. We will go with that. And I really want to use purple in here since we haven't since the exterior. So I think that purple could be really nice. Maybe some pink curtains. I'm not sure if we have the color I want to go for here. I'll look at blue as well. It's incredibly hard to match the colors here. I think we're just going to have to pick one. So I'm going to go with this base game curtain in a blue. That looks pretty good. Also going to bring in this same wood floor and a couple of bedside tables. I keep forgetting to use this one in various rooms, and technically this one is for the bi pride flag, but it has the same colors in it, so I might use that in here. I think that looks really cute. It really helps bring this room together in my opinion. I'm going to put this over here. I want a navy blue mirror. That's cute. And then I think actually on this wall is where we're going to put the dresser. And I think I'm going to pick this one. Just got a couple of pieces of clutter, and then I think we need like some posters or something on this wall. This kind of feels like the correct piece of artwork, so I'm gonna go with that. And then I think finish off with this rug. And that is our gender fluid bedroom. And we're moving on to our final bedroom that has a rainbow coming through the floor, and let's see what it's gonna be. Only have a few options left. Our final room will be genderqueer. So this is our genderqueer flag for our final room. We're gonna be working with purple, white, and green. And genderqueer is essentially somebody whose gender identity does not fall into the binary of male or female. It's more of an umbrella term that encompasses a bunch of different identities, but it does have its own flag, and thus we will create a room. And it has its own bed, so we have to use this. I might have to get rid of the rainbow down here or make it smaller. That makes me a little sad, but I guess it's what we have to do. That's fine. All right, so for this room, obviously gonna use this bed. Maybe green walls would be cool. Like a muted green like that maybe? Ooh, no, this green, that's the one. And then I think we'll just continue with the wood flooring as we've been doing that in all of the bedrooms. These are perfect for the bedside tables. These ones are from high school years. I get a book tray on one side, maybe like a little banker's lamp over here. Ooh, this art could be really nice here. It's got purples and greens in it. I like that. Then I think I might pull from the gold in the bedside tables and put some gold mirrors on either side of the bed. They're a little bit too big. I like the idea of it though. Could do this and then make this a little bit smaller. I'm not sure if I like it. Either way, let's grab some curtains over here. A cute purple rug. I do love this one. And with that, I'm kind of thinking maybe we paint some of the walls purple as well. That's like an off purple. Maybe like this. Yeah, that breaks it up. Got a little ottoman at the end of the bed. Beautiful wardrobe that matches the bedside tables. A chair. And then I'm just going to finish it up with a couple of decorations, and that should be it. And with that, our final room is done. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Over here, I have the tapestry flag, and I just think it's overall a really cute room and a really fun, colorful house. I had a lot of fun with this one. Make sure you stay tuned for the screenshots. I will have closer up views of all of the rooms. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you thought of this build, and happy Pride. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.